Impossible to work with.
This is why, because I'm more particular. Welcome back to the Dutch Bros Podcast, where we talk about our favorite Jason Derulo songs all day, every day. Daniel's favorite.
And we also started over whenever we encounter one minor inconvenience.
Okay. Well, all right. I feel a lot of resentment in this podcast.
What? Resentment? Oh,
resentment.
Nah. Resentment? I barely know her.
Resentment. Resentment leads to anger. Anger leads to hatred. Hatred leads to the dark side.
Hatred leads to me becoming an incel Andrew Tate fan.
Wow.
Where I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with this either.
Either.
Speaking of resentment, I do resent all three of the first three Star Wars movies.
Oh, you mean like the original, the old ones?
Yeah, no, like the
New Hope.
No, not A New Hope. I'm talking about
the prequels.
Yeah, the prequels, the Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith,
Phantom Menace,
and the Phantom Menace. Yes.
Bro, no, dude, those were some of my favorites.
Those are
because they came out when I was a kid.
Yeah, they came out when we were kids, and I hate them.
No, the Revenge of the Sith is so good.
Revenge of the Sith is a movie with a really good lightsaber battle that has like the corniest plot and the corniest acting you've ever seen.
It's iconic, and there's a reason that movie fans quote that line. Okay.
I will say most every dude I've met born between the years of like 93 and 2001, if you were to say to them something like, "You will not take her from me," or like, you turned her against me. You have done that yourself, Anakin. Your anger and lust for power have already done that. Like, just making sure my level. Yeah,
gosh, bro.
And that movie is.
Don't try it, Anakin. I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power. I saw a movie this week. I went to the movies.
Yeah. I saw a couple movies as well.
Oh, I can't wait to get into this. I saw Ferrari.
Oh, wait. Ford versus Ferrari?
No, I have seen Ford versus Ferrari. Ford versus Ferrari is kind of like the best dad movie ever made. Like, funny. It's not... It's a good movie. It doesn't take any risks. It's a very standard story. You know what I mean? It's just a good movie.
I still haven't seen it.
Matt Damon, Christian Bale. I mean, like, you're not going to get much better than that.
Right, yeah.
But I saw Ferrari featuring Adam Driver and Penelope Cruz.
Adam Driver?
Yes.
So Kylo Ren
played Enzo Ferrari.
He's in the same movie as Penelope Cruz?
Yes. And also Shailene Woodley. It was...
Oh, really?
Pretty standard.
Dude, I thought Shailene Woodley could only star in, like coming of age teenager chick flicks, basically.
Dude,
I didn't know that she could do anything other than that.
Shailene Woodley, this is going to feel shocking coming from me and coming from what you're saying, is a fantastic actress. Unbelievable.
That is coming from Mike Cole.
Yeah, I said it and I'll say it again.
Micathan Cole.
Shailene Woodley is she was in The Spectacular Now.
What about Divergent?
Okay.
What about The Fault in Our Stars?
We don't talk about those movies. Dude, there was a point in 2013 when every movie that was trying to get like 16-year-old girls to go to the theater, I remember because I was in high school, was about there's a girl who's dying and she meets a guy in the hospital and they fall in love and then she eventually dies of cancer or something. Bro. And then it's so beautiful. Like at the end of the movie, I've never seen The Fault in Our Stars, but I'm going to guess one of them dies because the other one gives them an organ or something. And it's like, I don't know, it's the ultimate act of chivalry that
you are pretty right, actually.
Wait, is that how
you are?
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. It's like he gives her a kidney or something. I don't know why girls have these like weird fantasies, dude. Now it's like serial killers. Back in the day, it's like my dream relationship.
Is that preferable though to meeting a guy in the hospital?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, it's like, or back in the day, it was like, my dream guy is like we're both dying of cancer, and then he like gives me one of his organs. I'm like, what?
He only has one kidney left. and he knows that I have kidney cancer, so he gives me his last kidney, and then dies 2 weeks later.
Yeah,
and we have one PG-13 sex scene before the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's like what when did this become like the fantasy? I don't know. 2013 was a different time. What movies did you see?
So I saw Taken 1 and Taken 2 with my girlfriend this past weekend.
Yes.
Great movies. Although you said that you hate Taken 2.
Hate
Is that
Taken
correct?
2. They're probably not watching
I didn't think
this.
it was that bad.
They're probably not watching this, but if any of my homies from high school know, it was 2011 or 12 was the year. We had just all gotten our licenses. So it was 2012. We'd all gotten our licenses for the first time. I lived about 45 minutes away from this movie theater. We go there to see Taken 2. We get to the theater. It's sold out. Dude,
wait, how long of a drive was it?
45 minutes from my house.
Oh, my God.
Which is crazy to think that, like, back in the day, you just had to get to the movies and figure out if it was sold out from there.
Right, yeah. Well, you could have called them, though, right?
No, not in 2012. You didn't call the movies and be like, "Hey, are you sold out for Taken 2?"
Bro, I would have called them.
No, we get there, and we had a decision to make.
He's acting like phone calls were not invented until, 2015.
We had a decision to make. It was 8 p.m., and we were like, the next Taken doesn't start till 9:30. And you got to know, we're 16 years old.
Right, yeah.
Taken starts at 9:30. That movie doesn't end till 11:30. We don't get back till midnight, which Mike now can do whenever he wants because I'm an adult and I do what I want. But
back when you're 16, it's different.
When I was 16 and my dad tells me, I will literally murder you if you're ever home past 11 p.m.
Right,
you're like, I remember being up to my friends and being like, I don't know, guys. My license curfew is 11 p.m. So we see this movie. We all decide we're gonna take the punishment or whatever together, and we watch this movie. And I just remember being like, "This isn't worth it."
Bro, that's tough, dude.
Just isn't worth it.
So you left early on Taken 2?
No, I didn't leave early.
Oh, okay.
I stayed the whole time. I just remember I got back at maybe like 11:45, something like that, and I remember thinking to myself like, I'm the man of the house now. If I can get back past 11, this is what being a man really feels like.
Bro, Bro, the wind keeps on blowing this thing up against the door, and it makes me think that somebody's knocking. Anywho, no, that makes me think of a Chuck Norris joke. It was like when Chuck Norris turned 18 and it was time for him to go off to college, he looked to his dad and he said, "Okay, you're the man of the house now. Make sure you take care of my mother for me."
Oh, that's good. Chuck Norris, one of the GOATs.
Oh, man.
That's good.
Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the earth down.
Yep. But
Chuck Norris once kicked a horse in the chin. Its descendants today are known as giraffes.
That's good. That's good. I haven't heard a good Chuck Norris joke in a while.
Yeah, dude.
Rate the Taken movies.
When Chuck Norris cuts onions, he makes the onions cry.
Oh, that was good.
I'm trying to think. I heard a bunch of them the other day.
Rate the Taken movies.
Well, I haven't seen Taken 3 yet. I'm still looking for a streaming service that has it.
I don't even want to see Taken 3.
Really?
Taken 3 looks garbage.
So I was watching the Honest trailer to John Wick, or maybe it was John Wick 2 and 3. They referenced Taken in it, Taken 3, and I want to say, and they were like, they referenced how like Liam Neeson was so old, they had to do like a gazillion different camera angles to capture him hopping over a fence. Dude, because he's literally 60 at the time they made the movie.
Dude, he's like 70 now.
I know.
Which is
insane.
Crazy because like when he was playing Qui-Gon, when he was playing Ra's al Ghul, he might have been late 40s.
Yeah, it's true. Ra's al Ghul for sure. I feel like that was an underrated Liam Neeson part as well because he didn't get as much screen time as like I feel like he normally does, you know?
Well, the Taken movies kind of made him because they made a whole genre, which is Liam Neeson movies. But they also kind of broke him because I feel like no one took him seriously outside of like action roles that just make no sense.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Wait, you don't think Qui-Gon Jinn was like a serious people taking him seriously?
I think those movies are dumb.
Bro, you.
I think
there goes
that
my washer.
the episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars are dumb movies that happen to have some really great lightsaber fights.
Bro, you're gonna get us canceled by the Star Wars fanboys.
No, we aren't. Like, Star Wars fanboy, no. Okay, let's take The Phantom Menace. That movie sucks. That movie's boring, and it sucks. And it's so dumb.
Well, to be fair, it's been forever since I've seen it. So
pod racing is stupid. I said it, and I'm not taking it back.
Oh, dude. So I actually have a lot of nostalgia with that because I remember watching that scene, and I actually had the PlayStation 2 game Lego Star Wars. That was one of the funnest, one of the most fun levels in the game.
Great game,
bro. I can't tell you how many hours I logged on Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars was like next level,
dude. Honestly, this is part of the reason why I'm, an unathletic white guy that works at a regular job, because instead of like going outside and like, practicing my baseball swing or something like that, I was playing Lego Star Wars.
Dude, I was playing.
If I had never been introduced to Lego Star Wars and Jack and Daxter and Pokemon, I might have been a pro baseball player, bro. Because I was actually growing up. I wasn't amazing, but I wasn't bad either. Like, if I just devoted all that time to that.
Up until I was 20 years old, I was bad at every sport I ever played or tried.
Wait, so you're saying you were bad at basketball in high school?
Oh, I was terrible. I've had played JV as a junior.
Yeah, but you made the team though, right?
The JV team.
Oh, wait. You went to a private school.
Yeah, I made the JV team as a junior. Dude, there is nothing more embarrassing than when you're.
But your private school though could scholarship athletes though, right?
Yes, but
obviously if you're going up against a 6'6", 250 dude who's gonna go play at Duke next year.
No. They're the most embarrassing moment of my life by far. Was junior year of high school. Our JV coach in front of the entire school goes, "Will all of the JV players please stand up so we can thank you?" Do you know what that's like as a 16-year-old when all your friends are just chuckling?
Oh my gosh, that's gotta suck, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine all the girls just going like, wait a minute, isn't he a junior?
Yeah, literally. I remember there's this one girl who was like, "Aren't you gonna stand up?" And I'm like, "Shut up." Let's not do this.
Oh my gosh,
dude!
Bro.
I got
poor Mike, dude.
I wasn't the worst player on JV, but I got the.
Did you have the sports glasses, the ones with the
band? No, because I wore contacts all throughout high school.
Okay,
I didn't wear glasses until I was like 21 or something. But our JV.
We had a guy that wore the sports glasses. His name was Austin Price, bro. He actually, to be fair, if you're watching this, Austin, I actually have very fond memories of this guy, but dude, he was like,
he was a baller.
He was no, he was not.
Oh,
he might have actually gotten better, but because I think on I think he's like into lifting weights now a lot.
Oh, he got jacked.
Yeah, he might be jacked.
Oh,
but yeah, no, in high school he was just not very good.
Mm.
But to be fair, he didn't start playing basketball until I think he was maybe middle school or high school.
Well, that's what happened to me. I didn't start playing until 8th grade.
Oh, for real?
And then junior year of high school, I'm on this JV team, and I'm not gonna lie, unless we were playing against JV teams with
remind me, we need to do overpaid or underpaid before the end of this podcast.
Yeah, we'll do it.
But keep going. You were on JV?
We're on JV, and unless we were playing against guys who were going on to be scholarship athletes, we won every game by 30, 40, 50 points.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I knew.
So you guys were a great team.
Oh, they were on our JV team. 1, 2, there were at least 3, 4 D1 players on our JV team.
God, dude.
But
see, that's nothing to be ashamed of.
No,
I probably wouldn't even made the team.
No. So that year we would win games by 30 every game, and I would get just the bench minutes. I would get the last 5
you got
minutes.
the bench minutes in the JV team.
Yeah, as a junior.
Oh gosh.
So they gave me.
I mean, really, that just means that your JV team was elite.
No, so they'd give me about 5 minutes a game. And you put Mike in the game, he's jacking. I know I'm only gonna get 5 minutes in this game. You give me the ball, I'm putting it up. And I can say on our JV team, I think I scored in every single game.
No
except
way.
for like one, because we played Paul the Sixth, who's like the #1 school in America currently.
Oh my gosh, dude. What? How? Oh yeah. What was your shooting percentage?
Oh, I don't know any of that. But I'll say that
If you shot 40% from the floor, I'd say that's acceptable.
I probably shot 40%.
That's pretty good.
Because like I said, I'm not saying I was good. I'm saying that they would get me in the end of the game. I knew I only had 2 shots to make it happen. So I was making something. So I would go in there and I have like 6-point games in like 4 minutes.
Oh,
and the worst part is because the bench is like going crazy every time you score.
Right.
But they're just kind of like, it's just kind of silly because they're like, look at Mike. But it was so bad. I remember one time we had this like big rivalry with a school called Potomac. And so the varsity team, whenever it was varsity team versus Potomac, I'm talking there would be thousands of people in that room.
For real.
They'd always catch the end of the JV game. And so I'm in there. We're beating Potomac because Potomac's JV team was absolute garbage. We're beating them by like 50, 60 points.
Oh, my gosh.
Mike get in the game. I get in the game. They give me the ball, 1.5 minutes left. I'm sure we're supposed to be running out the clock. I do a Kobe, like, fake turn, fade. And I hit the shot. I'm just like, fade. The crowd just goes nuts.
Bro, that's awesome.
Oh man, those are my.
Bro, that's one of those memories that you'll probably have that forever. You know.
No, I don't want those memories, dude. Like I tried out for like the varsity.
He hit the Kobe on him.
Yeah, I tried out for the varsity team in high school 2 or 3 times, and junior year I was the closest to making it more than senior year. Senior year they just cut me, but junior year I was closer to making it than senior year. And I just remember like getting to school at like 6 a.m. to practice, thinking I'm like the next Rudy, being like, if I just practice hard enough and coach just sees it. And coach was like, hey, bro, this isn't your thing.
Listen, bro, you're 5'10", man.
Listen, it wasn't even that I was 5. There were some 5'10" dudes who were like, I was just not. I've always been not unathletic, but uncoordinated. So any sports like track, I could do fine.
Right. 100%.
But like basketball, any sport, football, where I was a wide receiver.
Skill was involved.
Yeah.
Or like if you had a higher ceiling of how high your skill level could go.
Yeah.
It definitely helps you.
Yeah. When I was playing receiver, I just couldn't do anything. Like I would jumble the ball with basketball. It was just like anything that required coordination rather than just athleticism.
So this is interesting because when we would go and play in the summer, like it seemed to me like you had a lot of skill. Like, do you think you are better now than you were in high school?
Oh, 100. I'm 10 times better because I have played one of the guys who was on our varsity team since high school.
Yeah.
When I was like 19 or 20, and he was like, "Dude, you got a lot better." And I'm like, "Thanks, man."
Oh,
That means a lot.
Okay, so this is all starting to make sense now.
But do you feel like, how did you feel playing sports growing up?
Well, when I was playing at public school, the competition level for playing time was much higher than when I was playing at the Christian school. So just to give you some perspective, so I was a better baseball player than I was basketball player for sure. But when I was in middle school, I enjoyed basketball more. But so it was like I went to a public school that was like a moderately sized school. Like in my class, there was probably 130 of us.
Okay.
So how many was in your class at your school?
In high school?
Yeah, in high school.
We had about 100 per class.
Okay. But also you went to a private school that could scholarship athletes. So you were probably going to have better players than we had.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, we had some pretty good players.
So, anywho, so I went from, because I played upward basketball up until my 7th grade year when I got on the middle school team. And so upward is like, dude, you're playing against the blind and the dumb. You know what I mean?
Upward, you're not playing basketball.
Right, that's not basketball. That's just, so I go on the middle school team. And my 7th grade year, I am a Pine Rider the whole season. That my 8th grade year, I actually start getting decent minutes. But I'm like the 8th man. So... And I don't play like middle school is like the year where I realized like, oh, I'm actually not a good ball handler. Like But in baseball, my best baseball season I've ever had by far was my 8th grade year. I was like, I think I had one of the highest batting averages on the team.
Oh.
I was a great outfielder, and we ended up winning. Well, technically in middle school, you don't do the state championship.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the Tri-City County or whatever at the school that
You
I was
won?
at. Yeah, we won it. We won it all that year. But to be fair, we had the kids in my class. It was like me and 7 or 8 other dudes that had all grown up playing travel ball together. So they were very good players, and I played center field, and I can't remember. We were just all of our 8th graders that year were extremely talented players.
Yeah,
and we wrecked. Oh yes, no, one of the best sports memories I have is 8th grade year. We were playing. It was the regular season, and we were playing against Hale County.
Mm-hmm.
And Hale County, the best teams in our region were like we were called North Side. So it was us, Hale County, and
North.
I want to say it's whatever Northridge's middle school is. I think is it Northridge Middle? I can't remember. Anywho, but we were playing Hale County in the regular season, and we had won. It was always you played 2 games every game.
Yeah.
So the first game we won, and then the second game I didn't start the second. I started the first game. I didn't start the second game, but I think it was we were down. There was a runners on second and third. I think we were down 1. Maybe it was on first and second, and it was like maybe 1 or 2 outs, but it was the bottom of the last inning.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, Daniel, you're going to hit. And so I walk up to the plate, and I can't remember what the count was, but I blasted one, dude.
Let's go. Home run?
And it one hop to the fence, but it was like I had a double. I walked off, basically. Oh, somebody's calling me. Spam. But no, dude, I remember that was the best feeling ever. They all ran out on the field and dogpiled me.
That's so hype.
It was crazy. Then the next morning, at school, the class president would always do the announcements.
Yeah.
And they literally, in the intercom, they said, we'd also like to congratulate Daniel Hunter for hitting a walk-off double last night.
Oh, that's incredible.
And I was in homeroom like, yeah, let's go. I mean, obviously, I was trying to stay humble, you know what I mean? It was great.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's awesome, though.
It was 8th grade year because, I think I transferred to that school in 6th grade was my first year there. And so 7th grade, I was moderately more popular, but 8th grade was really
8th grade was the
cheerleaders knew me and everything, and so it was
bro, we didn't even have cheerleaders in our high school.
So yeah.
Oh, that's sick though.
I feel like the 8th grade year was my peak year, 100%.
Dude, that's kind of wait. You see?
Oh, another crazy. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh no, go for it.
But 9th grade year, so 8th grade year, one of my best years of baseball ever. 9th grade year was my worst by far.
Were you on varsity?
I played JV. I wasn't. But a lot of what's crazy is our class was so talented that it was 3 or 4 of our guys were all playing varsity in the 9th grade. So I don't know if any of them went and played at the collegiate level. But I know a couple of them probably were good enough too. But anywho, so JV, I didn't get a hit all season. It was the worst slump of my life.
Oh.
I was striking out, grounding out. I never got a hit. It was terrible. And then that was after my 9th grade year, I transferred back to the Christian school.
Did you transfer for baseball?
No. We moved.
Oh, okay.
So it was way closer.
And then were you dominant there?
It was 10th grade year. I came back to my old form. I mean, I wasn't crushing the ball, but my 10th grade, it was my 10th grade year I was pretty good. My 11th grade year I was better, and then my senior year I was back to my prime basically.
Were you getting any D2, D3 looks?
No, dude. Listen, there's levels in baseball, bro.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I was in Christian school. So we were playing Christian school baseball, which is the lowest level of baseball in Alabama. the fastest pitcher we ever played against was probably throwing, I don't even know, maybe 80 miles an hour, 81. And that's not like if you go to the higher levels of high school baseball in Alabama, like the average is going to be 85, 86 miles an hour.
There was someone, because I went to a D3 college, and our best pitcher might have been pitching 90 something.
So yeah, so that makes sense.
I can't remember. I'd have to ask one of my friends.
Wait, this was at college?
Yeah, there was one guy who was pitching 90 something.
And you guys were D2?
D3.
D3. Yeah, see, that just goes to show you how crazy the levels are.
Dude, like, people sleep on D3, but like people are at D3 for a whole bunch of reasons. Like I think just every dude in 7th grade thinks he's going D1.
100%, yeah.
You're just like, I'm going D1. Like that's the standard I have for myself, and I'm that good.
Right.
And it's like, one, you're probably not going D1.
Yeah.
Like 9.
Unless you put in an insane amount of work.
Oh yeah. Like just insane.
Yeah.
And most 7th graders, I don't even think it's not even just that they're not talented enough. Their brains just don't have the capacity to not want to watch SpongeBob.
Right, exactly.
Which is fine.
That was me, 100%.
But yeah, there are some kids who I met at D3 who were absolute like freaks. Just free. Like my friend Nick, who was our best athlete on our track team at a D3 college, he got a partial scholarship offer to Notre Dame.
At track?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like for hurdles, he was
That's really good, yeah.
Absolute monster. He finished like top 10 in the country. Like
golly, dude.
But yeah, people think D3 and D2 sport, like it's about so many other things than just skill. I mean,
Have you seen that Netflix show Last Chance U?
Yeah, a little bit.
I've never seen it, but I've heard it's basically like guys that had D1 offers, but they for some reason they lost their scholarship, and so it was like they go to play JUCO ball basically.
Yeah.
And it's like their last chance to.
I mean, there's so many, especially I think with basketball. Basically. It's like, it's about you might be a really good player, like a sick player. Yeah. You might be 5'10", and there are things that are sometimes just out of your control. Like 100%. You might have grown up in an area with not that much talent, and you didn't get the opportunity to showcase it. Like some dudes who might be on a crazy high nationally ranked team, and even though they're not starting, they're getting looks because someone's dad knows somebody. Right, yeah. But like...
Or because they're playing with,
they're
LeBron
playing with
James's
just
son.
Killers. Yeah. Whereas like, like some of the D2 and D3 players, I'm sure they could walk on to a D1 team. Now, starting at a D1 team, that's different. You're just a different caliber of athlete.
Oh, yeah.
And I interned for this one AAU basketball team my senior year for like a month. And that's an entire story in itself.
You interned for an AAU basketball team?
So our
wait, were you a coach?
No, our high school had this really cool thing that they did where, you know how I don't know when it gets out in Alabama. In Virginia, high school gets out in June, right? Like mid-June. At our high school, seniors got to leave school like you were done with your senior year on May 1st.
Oh wow!
So you got a 4-month summer vacation. But May 1st through June 1st, you had to do like a senior project or a senior internship. That was your thing. It was basically you had to work like 80 hours in a month. It was like basically you had to have a part-time job 20 hours a week. It's super easy.
Right, yeah.
Everyone's like, what are you going to do? You know, my one friend, she was a soccer player. She did a baking internship. She went and like baked cakes every day. It was really dope. I was like, I am a basketball player. And I'm going to prove you guys wrong. So I'm going to go and intern for this AAU team. They were called Virginia Elite. They're still an AAU team. And they, like, when I say they produce ballers. Yeah. I mean, if you're on that AAU team, I think his name was Grant Golden. He was on that AAU team. He went on to play at Richmond. And then now he's in the G League. And he's, like, killing it.
Just crazy.
Just all these dudes. And I said, can I intern for this team? The coach said, yeah, of course.
What an intern? What does that mean? Does it mean you're actually going to play?
No, it means you're going to. I thought it was meant to, I didn't know how AAU basketball worked. And it was like, for most dudes, that's not their full-time job, really, an AAU team, right?
Right, yeah.
So I thought AAU was like this 8-hour-a-day thing I could go to. It is not. So, like, my advisor at high school, like halfway through the internship, we had to come in And she was like, so Michael, you're supposed to have 40 hours done by now. How many have you done? And I just look down and I go, 2. And she's like, what did you just say? And she's like, 2. Yeah. So I didn't really do the whole thing.
But what are you doing in an AAU internship?
I don't
drills or something. What are you doing?
I thought while I was there, they had me like take videos and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And do a couple different things. The funny thing was at the end of the presentation. So if you didn't meet the halfway point, their punishment was that you had to come in the day after prom at 7 a.m. to do your presentation instead of during normal hours like all the rest of the kids. So obviously, we were out till I think we got home at 3 a.m. after prom. And then, like I said, my school was 45 minutes away. So I went to bed at around 3:30. I woke up at 5:30, put on my suit again. My mom drove me to school. I do this presentation. They said, and I quote, I'm not even joking, that was one of the best presentations we have ever seen.
What? No.
Or it was like they said it was like one of the best they had seen all year. It was just like a crappy idea. Like the if you had done a real one, I might have gotten like high honors, and if it hadn't have been late. But yeah, they said it was really good. It's just that
oh my God.
you know those moments that you remember where you're like, I've never been that tired before. that was like 2.5 hours of sleep after prom. I have never been that. Daniel, who did you go to prom with? You don't have to say her name. Which girl was better? Which girl did you have more fun with?
So 10th grade year, I actually got asked to go to prom.
I'm Daniel. Maybe I had to go to prom in 10th grade.
Well, yeah, I was pretty fortunate to do that. It was this girl named Savannah Logan, and she was a really nice girl. But I think I wasn't like super tight with her.
Mm-hmm.
It was like our friend groups were not. We didn't have the same friend circle.
Mm.
So I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't great. I think I left early that year.
Oh.
11th grade year didn't go actually. Yeah, oddly enough. Senior year, I went with this girl named Catherine Bailey. Shout out Catherine. And she was a really cool girl, and like I was actually pretty good friends with her.
Yeah.
So it was actually really fun that year. So yeah, but obviously this is Christian school prom.
Okay.
So it's like it's nothing, dude. You go to this banquet, and then people get up and tell jokes. And
wait, what?
There's a guy that actually like does a little like sermonette type deal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this was like clean prom.
Yeah. No dancing. Well, excuse me. There was one of our students. So her name was Shelby, and she would always invite everybody over to her house after the prom. After like we called it junior senior.
Yeah.
So that was like people would go to her house and there would be music and stuff, and
yeah, maybe
like 3 people would be dancing.
Oh, dude,
almost most of the time it was just people standing around. Because you gotta understand, like in Alabama, like probably 50% of the people going to your junior senior are gonna be wearing boots and an American flag jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, it's just a different type of junior senior than like what you see on TV. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I've already told the story of my prom date like last time, but I will say, in terms of just our prom as a whole, it was disgusting. It's all I would say. I am a man of God now. But as a 16-year-old, yeah, we did things that. Our proms were just disgusting. That's all, because like they were horrendous and they were sweaty, and yeah.
Oh.
It was a different time. I was not going to a Christian school.
Right.
I was not going. And the funny thing is, like, I went to a Christian middle school. And you go from that as an 8th grader, where you're listening to
they play Caleb on the radio at lunch hour.
Yeah, they play like our school dancers are playing the Macarena, and you might get a little East is from the West or something like that. So like.
Right, bro.
To like ninth grade, seeing girls dress however, being like, from the window to the wall. And you're just like, Mom?
Yeah. Bro, exactly, dude.
Like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But the funny thing was, my junior year is the only time. My dad will tell you this story too, if you ever know him. But what happened was, this girl I liked, she did not like me back. Did not like me back at all.
Is this one that you've told me before?
Maybe it's a different prom story, but I asked her to prom. She said yes. I'm psyched. Like, let's go. We go to and I tell my dad, like, hey. He's like, how was your day at school, son? I'm like, I got a prom date. And he's like, his jaw is dropping. Like, his jaw, like, dropped. He's like, are you kidding? And I'm like, yeah. And my mom's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And so then my friend Zach's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're all three of us are going to go in a group. We're going to drive our dates individually. I'm like, that sounds dope. Let's go. I get home the next day. I'm like, my dad's like, how was your day at school? I'm like, it was good, man. Like, I talked to my date a little bit. It was fun. And I think we're going to drive there. And he goes, you're going to what? I'm like, yeah, I think we're going to drive. Because prom was in D.C. We lived in Virginia. I think we're going to drive there on prom night. My dad goes, you're not driving. I'm like, what do you mean, Dad? What do you mean we're not driving? Goes, you got your license 2 weeks ago. You're not taking someone's daughter to prom in DC. You're not driving. And I'm like, I already like tickets are gone. Tickets are like, I already got the tickets for me and her, like the whole thing. And he's like, you're not driving. We will drive you. I'm not joking. I was ready to call this girl up.
And just be like, sorry, I can't go.
Yeah.
She's like, why? It's like, just I'm sick, you know.
I hold to that standard to this day. If my parents would have had to drop us off at prom with me and her in the back seat, would have rather not gone. Would have any, and I think that's understandable. Like that's funny. The most embarrassing thing that can happen, I think.
I don't know, because I think, did I drive to prom 10th grade year? I think I did, actually. But our prom was like, it was like, Tuscaloosa is like a relatively small town. Yeah. So it was only like 20 minutes away, I'm pretty sure.
Ours was like 45 minutes away, but yeah, I remember like.
But then again, that's Christian school prom.
Yeah.
So it's,
probably
a different situation.
If my parents would have driven me, that would have been the most embarrassing thing ever. And she's asking me every day at school, like, so, like, you're driving us, right? And I'm like, fortunately, one of my friends in the group, his dad, last minute says, I'm going to get you guys a limo.
Oh, that's what's up, dude.
I was like.
Wait, so you never had to tell her?
I never had to tell her. Never had to tell. I wouldn't have told her. I would have just been like, hey, we're not going to prom. Like, I bought your ticket. Bro. Have fun with your friends. I'm sure it's going to be great, but I am not going. And it's weird, man. Within a year later, my parents were like, the next year I didn't have a date to prom, and I thought that year was, I thought that year was fun too, but the next year I didn't have a date to prom, and
so this is your senior year?
Senior year. My parents were like, yeah, take the car till 3 a.m. It's all good. Like, why not? Yeah, you have fun with your friends. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
Wow. That is so funny. Oh, my God.
My prom date actually moved to Nashville.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wait, so what, of course, you might not want to tell this story. You know the foot story?
The foot story?
The one with the jacuzzi?
Oh, yeah.
Mike, you don't have to tell that story.
No, I'll tell the story. I'm sure.
The freaking wind is blowing.
I'm sure she knows this by now. But this girl who I asked to prom, that entire.
Wait, did this happen junior year or senior year?
Junior year, because senior year my date, like, she went to France, but junior year, my my date, I was head over heels for this girl.
Yeah,
like
100%.
all of high school. You know, yeah. You have girls who you're like in high school. She's just like you're just like yeah.
Oh yeah. You're convinced.
Yeah, we're going all the way.
Right.
And
I'm Troy Bolton, and you're my
you're Gabriella.
You're Gabriella. What's her face?
Yeah, and so that entire prom, I'm trying my hardest to just like make this girl have feelings for me back. So we get in this limo, and it's the first time I'd ever made this move before. I'm sitting next to her. My buddy's across from me. He's sitting next to his actual girlfriend, and he has his arm around her. And so I'm like, I'm gonna do the move. I'm gonna pull the movie. And you have never seen a girl so fast just go. It was so so there's like pictures of it for like the next 10 minutes she's literally sitting in the car like this. Like it's like painful. Then we get to the dance.
Oh, it's so funny.
We get to the dance, and again, I'm a different man now than when I was 16. I tried to dance with her, and she's like, "We're not doing that." I do not condone any of that type of dancing.
Oh my
just because you should honor and respect Jesus and honor and respect the women that you're with and all that good stuff. But
wait, hold on. Is this Mike saying you should honor and respect the women?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
the same guy that wouldn't spend $4 on a girl.
It's a different thing. Yes, I'm saying you should honor and respect when you take a girl out. You should honor and respect her. But that's not the point. 100%. So we go back to this kind of this small after party. It's not like an after prom party like in the movies or anything. It's just 4 or 5 of us, and we're in this hot tub, and it's 6 of us on our dates. And let's call her
Patricia.
Patricia. And so I'm sitting next to Patricia in this hot tub. And I'm thinking to myself, one more move. Because, like Naruto and Goku and Rudy, you never give up on your dreams. So I decide I'm going to play footsie with this girl because that's always the move. I'm going to put my foot on her foot. And so I do it. And her foot doesn't move. And I'm like, I won her over. Because we'd been having some cute little conversation in the car, whatever. And I was like, I did it. I won her over. That's it. We've broken the touch barrier. And I'm putting my foot there for like 10 minutes. And then I look down. And I'm trying to play it. I'm trying to play it cool, just keep conversation going. But really in my head, I'm freaking out.
Right.
And then realize 10 minutes later, it's not her foot. It's the drunk girl who's next to us. Heart was shattered.
Oh,
history
man.
with this girl. The next year at school,
that's so tough, man.
Next year at school, I asked her out.
Yeah.
I actually had the guts. I went up to her. I said, "Hey, Patricia, would you want to go out with me?" Her exact response was, "No."
Oh gosh, dude. Bro, that's worse than like, I'm kind of busy this weekend.
Yeah. It's just like,
just straight up no, like.
Just straight up.
That's
no.
cold, bro.
Just like, no, I see you as a friend. I walked out of school because that was at the end of the day. That was at like 2:35 because that's when our school let out. That was the most embarrassed I felt. Like I said that and I went, okay, cool. And I like just walked out of the double door, like just like straight to my car. Just don't talk to anyone, straight face. And the thing is, she moved here. So like. So like this is
see if she's changed her mind. Like
5 years. No, I did.
Oh, for real?
So 5 years after senior year of high school, she moved. I didn't know this, and I just didn't. It was back when this was like 7 years ago or something. I DM'd her. I was just like, "How's life?" And she's like, "I live in here." And I'm like, "Wait, so you live 5 minutes away?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Let's go get coffee." And I was like, "Oh." And she was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "Let's go to Chick-fil-A." And she was like, "Yeah." And then after we went to Chick-fil-A, just never hit her up again.
You didn't hit her up.
I don't perceive these. This was like 5 or 6. No, this was
Mike
like
is a savage.
No,
people.
this was like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't think they weren't dates, but also I was paying for everything.
Oh gosh, dude.
Yeah, and
see, that's to me. If I'm paying for you, this better be a date.
yeah, this better.
You know what I mean?
But
like this, whether you realize it or not, this is a date.
Is a date.
You know?
Yeah. And then I just never hit her up again, and that's about it.
Dang, bro.
That's the end of the story.
I low key respect that, bro. You know what I mean?
You just
your experience has turned you into a savage, bro.
You gotta
the women can't say no to you anymore.
You gotta hedge your bets, and she's a super nice girl, and that's about it.
That's hilarious.
That's about it.
Do you want to move on to the overpaid, underpaid?
Overpaid, underpaid. Let's do it.
Although we haven't talked a lot about movies in a while. And this is
I'm trying
supposed to be a movie podcast, but
this is supposed to be a movie podcast.
Let's not put labels on it. You know what I mean?
Let's not put.
That's what all the girls say. Let's not put labels on
every every Instagram video in 2015 where it would be like when she asks what are we, and then they'll for some reason like murder their girlfriend. You know those all those King Batch videos where like it'll be like when a girl asks what are we, and then he'll just like shoot her in the head, and you're like, is it that serious? Jeez Louise.
Okay, I'm just gonna go through teams.
Tell me overpaid.
And I'll just name like the. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
I'll just name like probably their 2 or 3 biggest players.
Okay.
And then you tell me if they're overpaid or underpaid. Let's see. I don't know if I can see their
salaries. That's
salaries
fine.
though.
I'm pretty sure I know it.
Okay. We'll start with the Celtics. Jaylen Brown, overpaid or underpaid? Oh, salary. Oh, there it is. And he's making quite a bit of money.
What is he making?
Is this per year or? So this is per year?
Yeah, that's per year.
No, he's making $31 million a year.
31?
That's $31 million, bro.
Oh,
Jaylen Brown's getting
fairly
paid.
paid.
What? Fairly paid?
Fairly paid.
He's that good?
LaMelo's making like 50. Jaylen Brown is a good piece and a perennial all-star.
Is that a max deal though on the Celtics?
No.
That's not a max deal.
Max deal, you're making like $50 million a year right now.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry, go on about Jaylen Brown.
Fairly paid.
Okay.
For what he does, I mean, he's a perennial all-star every year. Why not?
Okay, he went to California. I didn't know that.
He did.
6'6", 223 pounds.
Yep.
Okay, let's go. Bro, Al Horford is still playing for the Celtics.
Yep.
This man is 40, bro. Well, he's 37. It says here.
Al Horford, who played for the Hawks team that played the Paul Pierce, Garnett, Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen Celtics.
Bro, that was forever ago.
I remember that.
That was so long ago.
That was 2008.
I'm old, man. I was 11 years old in 2008.
Dude, I was older in 2008. 2008.
Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No.
Okay. Drew Holiday.
How much is he making?
$36 million a year. That's crazy.
For what he does right now, I would go a little overpaid. But I've heard a lot of NBA players say that from an NBA player's perspective, from actually playing in person, Drew Holiday is one of the most underappreciated ballers like in the game. Yeah.
Okay. Porzingis.
How much?
36 mil.
Over.
Overpaid?
And he's good. He's good, but
he's not Jokic.
He's not. Yeah. Oh.
He's not even close to Jokic, is he?
Porzingis. You said this the other day when you were like Porzingis is like Jokic light. He's like
he's Dollar Tree Jokic.
Yeah, he's like Jokic that you get like when your mom's like we have McDonald's, we have Jokic at home.
Yeah, we have Jokic at home. It's Porzingis, bro. Oh, that's funny, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, Jason Tatum.
Fairly paid.
$32 million, bro.
Oh, underpaid.
$32 million a year.
Completely underpaid.
Underpaid? $32 million a year?
Jason Tatum's top 5.
In the league?
Yeah.
No.
He's led his team to the finals and the conference finals almost every year in the last 3 years, and he's one of the best players in the league.
Okay, never mind. Okay,
He should be making. Homeboy should be making 50.
He should be making 50?
Yes.
Okay, I think I got through their whole roster. Well, see, I'm not gonna go through their whole roster. I'm just gonna go through like the guys that are making the big bucks. Okay, Brooklyn Nets. Here we go. Oh gosh,
please tell me Ben Simmons, and I can already tell you it's overpaid. Ben Simmons should not be getting $1.
I've never even heard of these dudes.
I'm not joking. Ben Simmons should not be getting paid more than $2 million a year.
Ben Simmons. Bro, you know how much this dude is making?
45?
$37 million a year,
and it's only going up.
$37 million. Overpaid?
Yes. Ben Simmons should
be. The man can't shoot.
The man can't play. The man doesn't play.
Oh, he doesn't play?
He does not play.
What, is he injured all the time or what? What's going on? I haven't watched. I haven't watched NBA in like 4 years.
He took like a year off because he was like, I have mental health issues, and then
translation. I don't want to work for my money.
Yeah, and then he takes like.
I'm joking. Mental health is a serious. Like, I don't want to downplay that, but yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, and then this year he hasn't played. He's been injured. He averages the triple single.
Triple single.
Yeah, it's like 6 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Ben Simmons, because I remember a couple years ago, Colin Cowherd was talking about it. He said, and I quote, "I don't care about LeBron James anymore because we have Ben Simmons."
What?
From what he was doing as a rookie, he could have been the best player in the NBA. There are certain guys like Ben Simmons and Zion who could have been the best players in the NBA, but they just don't have that like dog. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Kobe wasn't necessarily the most talented player ever. Kobe had that dog in him.
Oh, 100%, bro.
It's like there are a lot of players nowadays like Ben Simmons, Zion Williamson, Karl Anthony Towns. They have all the talent, they have the height, they have the jumping ability. They just don't.
Like, they just don't work at it.
Yeah.
Like, they're just the most blessed. Like, they just have a God-given ability, and they don't use it.
What's the player? What's the player who everyone kind of
potential
makes fun of not makes fun of the crazy dude on the Sixers? Pat Beverly was talking about it, and he said,
"Oh yeah,
listen, half of the dudes in the NBA don't love basketball.
They just happen to be 6'9" and extremely athletic.
Yeah, and it's like, but the guys who got it, man, the Giannis's, the Kobe's, the LeBrons,
they got that talent and the drive.
I think I told you this. I was reading about a story from the Team USA documentary where Carmelo came back. They came back from like clubbing in 2008, like because they were all on the Olympic team, and it was like 4 a.m. and they're like, time to go to bed so we can wake up for practice, like in a couple hours. And Kobe, in like the hallway, they see Kobe, and he's like getting up and he's like going to his first gym session.
Yeah, dude, just insane, bro. Yeah, bro. Next highest paid player. We're probably, if we want to get through the whole NBA, we're just gonna have to.
We'll divide.
Let's divide it up. We'll just stick to.
We'll stick to 2 teams for some.
Okay. Next highest paid player on the Nets is Cameron Johnson. I don't even know. I've never heard of this guy. He's making $25 million a year. Overpaid or underpaid?
Fairly paid.
He played at North Carolina.
What 25? Yeah, Cam Johnson's pretty good. $25 million is not what $25 million used to be, because $25 used to be like the max contract that they only gave to LeBron James.
Yeah,
and I mean it's weird because Magic Johnson made like $30 million for his whole career.
Right. Yeah.
And now your average schmuck makes $30 million a year. It's not even just inflation; they're just genuinely getting paid more.
Right. Exactly. Let's go to the Knicks, the national disgrace of the NBA. Okay. Oh wow, they don't have anybody on like big money.
No, Jalen Brunson is their best player, and he's not even making big money.
Well, okay, this Jalen Brunson guy, he's making $26 million. Underpaid
for what he does. Yeah.
So he's actually a good player.
Jalen Brunson's a real baller.
Dang.
That kid can ball.
That just goes to show you, I haven't watched basketball in forever. Julius Randle.
Overpaid.
$28 million.
Julius Randle, I don't know. Julius Randle's tough, man. It's like he came out of Kentucky. I thought he was gonna be like the big kahuna.
Oh yeah, he was big at Kentucky.
The big dog, and then he just wasn't it. And then he gets traded to the Knicks, and he's averaging like 25 and 12, like killing it. And he's just never taken that next level into like superstardom. Like he's a good player, but he's not your number one option. And Jalen Brunson could be that.
Evan Fournier, $18 million a year.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Sixers. Joel Embiid, $47 million a year.
Worth every penny.
Yeah. Yeah, he won the MVP last year, didn't he?
Joel Embiid in the last month, I believe, averaged 40 points and 15 rebounds.
That's insane, bro.
For a month.
That's crazy.
He's playing on a level that very few centers in history have.
Dang, bro. Tobias Harris, $39 million a year.
Overpaid.
Overpaid.
He just doesn't do it anymore.
Isn't he just like a 3-and-D kind of guy anyway?
He was in Adam Sandler's movie Hustle. Fun fact.
For real.
It was him, Anthony Edwards, and and Trae Young was in it, and I cried during that movie.
Wow.
Great movie.
Yeah, Tobias Harris is 31 now. I remember him. He was on the old 2Ks that I played, bro. Like 2K15.
This should probably be the last one because this could go on.
Oh, you don't want to do this? Okay. Okay. Well, there's one more team in the Atlantic Conference.
Okay.
Okay. Raptors.
Everybody on that team's overpaid.
Oh, for real. R.J. Barrett, $23 million a year.
Dude, I love R.J. Barrett. I'm a Duke fan, so I love R.J. Barrett. But
Siakam's their highest paid player.
Siakam's fine.
$38 million a year.
Not worth 38. The thing is, it's the Jordan Poole effect. Okay, some people will even be on a championship team and have these great seasons, and so people are like, "We gotta pay this dude. We gotta keep him." He hasn't proven jack yet.
For real.
He may have gotten you to a championship as like the third or fourth option.
Right.
And he may be hot right now on social media. Do not give that boy $45 million. Do not give that guy $35 million. Like
we're 38 right now.
Yeah. Like Siakam's a good player, but that's how you get the Jordan Pooles, who is statistically, I think he had the worst plus minus in like the NBA in years.
Yeah.
Someone
text you.
Anyway.
So yeah, that's the Atlantic Conference.
Daniel, Shohei Ohtani, overpaid or underpaid?
Well, he just got the biggest contract in baseball history.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, he's basically the reincarnation of Babe Ruth. So I would say he's worth the money. But I guess the thing is about baseball is that one player, I mean, obviously you can say this about basketball as well, but like one player won't win you a championship.
Not to the degree of basketball. Like you can have a LeBron James and
you can go to the playoffs with LeBron James.
You can't do that in baseball.
In baseball, especially if you want to win a championship in baseball, you got to have bullpen. And I think that was what we saw last year with the Braves. Is that the Braves had the field players, the starting 9 that we fielded.
Mm-hmm.
Best in baseball,
some dogs
by far. But the relief pitching last year for the Braves, bro, Strider throws 6 innings, gives up 2 runs. Reliever comes in, 3-run blast.
Oh,
stumbles through 2 innings, and then gets to the closer in the 9th inning. The only reason the Braves won 100 games last year is because they could score 7 runs in any game. They were just that good at the plate. But so bullpen wins you championships. But I think for the Dodgers, their bullpen isn't terrible. I need to look up because they still have Kershaw, I think, and Lynn. So if they have Kershaw, Lynn, Ohtani, let me look this up. Dodgers bullpen.
Clayton.
Because their lineup is really good as well.
Clayton Kershaw.
They have Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and I think they re-signed the Yamamoto guy. No, this is from last year. Yeah, I mean
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if they'll win a championship next year. So.
Anyways, Daniel, do you have anything else to say to our listeners?
I thought that both the Taken movies were good. Taken 1 is all time though.
Taken 1 is a classic. I don't know if it's all time. Like I put it in.
Bro, that one scene though, he's like, "I don't know what you want.
If you want money,
if it's money, I can tell you I don't have it.
What I do have
is a very particular set of skills.
Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you." Leave decent.
Bro. That's one of the most quoted movie lines in history.
Oh, of the last 20 years for sure. For sure. I would say my last thing, stay hydrated.
Yeah, water is an extremely underrated beverage, I would say.
Is. There's a John Mulaney joke where he was talking about how many drugs he did in college, and he's like, "Oh my God. I didn't drink water for 4 years."
Bro, that sucks, dude.
But anyway,
I believe him though when he says that.
Peace out to the homies.
Peace out, y'all.